Before I introduce myself, I want you all to do something. Take a look at your watch. And now, imagine somebody telling you that you have 15 precise minutes to eat, to change your life, and to chase your dreams. Not once in a while, not someday, but every single day. Because for some of us, time isn't measured in hours, it's survived in minutes. Hello everyone, I'm Manya Patel and I'm in grade 11 and I play cricket. The scientific definition of balance means equilibrium, a point where nothing tilts. But if nothing ever tilted, I don't think I would have been here because that's not the balance I know. Student athletes have a different way to balance because when you're in our shoes, sticking to the definitions is the last thing you can do. You know MS Dhoni? Most of us know him for what he became. But before the stadiums, before the trophies, there was a student constantly racing against time because there was never enough time to just pause and breathe. He used to leave his exams midway and rush to the railway station so he could catch his train to his cricket practice sessions. He used to change into his cricket whites in the train washrooms. For me, it's not the train washrooms, it's my 15 minutes. Yes, the 15 minutes I get after I rush back home from my tuition to change into my whites and to have my dinner. That's not an exaggeration. Every day I get 15 precise minutes. Different decades, different circumstances, but Dhoni and I have the same truth. To walk you through my day, I have 7 hours of school. I come back to 30 minutes that are technically called rest. And just when I begin to slow down, it's already time for tuition again. 4 hours pass there. I come back home to my holy 15 minutes. I run back to my academy and I come back home at 11 in the night. And when you have school next day, sleep does not even reach 6 hours. Sometimes not even 5. But the tiredness isn't the hardest part. The hardest part is having to deal with the feeling of falling behind. Behind on work, behind on rest. I am behind on things I didn't even know I could be behind on. I mean, every subject in my academic life is convinced that it's the main character of my life. Every subject wants its own 20 pages of handwritten file, and having to do that when both your arms creak like door hinges from hours of bowling practice, no motivation helps. So your everyday 11-11 wish becomes to have more arms. And even if I don't want to, I have to do the student part in the student athlete. And the more I try to catch up with this life, the more I realize that I'm always arriving a little late. A little late to class, a little late to practice, a little late to moments everyone else seems to have time for. And my friends think I'm nagging because when all of our conversations have to be timed, all of our meetups have to be cut short, and all of our gatherings have to be planned weeks in advance and penciled down into the calendar just so I can make it, you can't blame them. And half the time, I still can't make it. When you're in student athlete, your world becomes very precise. Plans are postponed every now and then. Your brain does not measure time like a normal brain would. It measures time in time frames. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. And you try to squeeze all your life in those 10 minutes. On the surface, though, a student athlete looks like somebody who has it all together. You do academics, you do sports, you are in the student council, you are leading community clubs, you show up, you are present, you are active. But nobody knows what it takes to get a hold of all of it at once. 7 hours of school don't get easier on me because training was hard. 4 hours of my tuition do not slow down because those 7 hours of school almost took me out. The one does not pause for the other. And do you know how hard it is day in and day out to not even succeed, but just to get by as a student athlete? It's exhausting. So the question becomes, why would I still choose this? Well, it's the kind of devotion you don't announce. The kind of devotion without which you don't recognize yourself. Cricket takes my time, it tests my patience, and it exhausts me like anything. But yet, it's all I want to keep returning to. Because somewhere in middle of all that chaos, there is meaning. Something closer to attachment. And very early on in cricket, even before we are taught the techniques, we are taught never to give up. Our coaches point to the left side of our jerseys, where we have the badge, the ones closest to our hearts, and say, ये सिक्के की इज्जत करो तो वो सिक्का आएगा जो तुम्हें चाहिए. Referring that if you work hard and respect what you have today, then the bigger results will follow. And to quote Shah Rukh Khan from Chak De India, पहले इस देश के लिए खेलो, फिर अपनी टीम के लिए, और उसके बाद भी अगर थोड़ी जान बच जाए तो अपने लिए. You don't play for the applause first. You don't play for yourself first. You play for something bigger. You learn to put yourself last. And when Virat Kohli has always been my inspiration, not just for the runs, not just for the aggression, but also for his mindset. There is this story that I really love about him. In the beginning days of his journey, he was offered to play on a higher level if he paid his way into it. He refused by saying no, because hard work is the only currency I have. And that pushes me to think, isn't hard work the only currency every athlete has? So, especially when my idol never gave up and hard work is the only currency I'm allowed to carry, how can I give up? And you have more reasons to give up when you're a girl playing cricket. When I say it, I'm a girl and I play cricket, I see it. The double takes, the pause, the widened eyes, like the two words don't belong together. But that's exactly why I belong to cricket. Because girls playing cricket is in the norms, but sticking to the norms is basic. And well, I don't do basic. People ask me how I balance it all. To be honest, even I don't know. Even I try and fail and find new ways every day. But having the drive, the hunger to make it big, and the thrill of not even having a minute to spare make the base for my balance. This life takes from me, but it also gives me something I wouldn't trade. It gives me my soul, my sense of self. Cricket has taught me to become me. Me trying to leave cricket is like trying to tear a thread apart that holds me together. It's like asking the heart to forget its rhythm, or asking the tide to ignore the moon's force. Something not doable. So, even after the chaos, cricket is all I want to return to. And maybe the truth is that some passions don't ask for commitment, they ignite it. And when it comes to igniting, this sport is definitely a candle. और अगर वो शम्मा है तो मैं परवाना कैसे ना बनूं. If this sport is the flame, then me becoming the moth was inevitable.